God, it's typical, isn't it? When you're going to be working outside, semi-outside, semi in a garage, it's absolutely bucketing it down. So today we're installing an EV charger. Look at the size of that. This is an Easee white single phase. Look at that. It's an absolute beauty. Made in Norway. So this is a 7.4 kilowatt in white single phase, built-in pen fault detection and built-in RCCB type B. Okay, so all we got to do is put some power in for that on an MCB. I'm gonna get it on camera. Massive shout out to Milwaukee for supporting the channel. Any tools that we use in today's video, we'll put a link down in the description for you. So let's go and get James and let's crack on. James, look at the size of that. Hold on, mate. We're a bit greasy, mate. Oh, greasy. Oh, you look fresh now. Good. That's quite a small one, isn't it? It's tiny. Are you used to a small one like that, or big one?
Big one normally.
Big one normally, isn't it? Yeah. Well, we just grabbed some 6mm. We're going to do it in Conduit. The client wants it done in white Conduit. But when we get there, you'll see it's quite self-explanatory. But we need to find some saddles, mate, and some metal ones, don't we? A couple of metal ones, yeah? Yes. So we're ready to go. We've got all the materials, and we're in the town. We don't know where the client actually lives. I've done all this agreeing of the job over emails and photos and stuff, but we've never actually been given his address. So we're just sat, doing nothing, finishing off our coffee, waiting for the client to get back to me so we can actually go and do the job. So, yeah, what should we do, James? Play hide and seek in the van? Yeah? Right, here we go. Here's the... We just noticed this, actually. Look, the bitumen is dripping out of the head, and it's very wet, so it's not hot, though. Shame we ain't got a thermal imaging camera, innit? We could have... But look, it's been rewired. 2019. So what we're going to do is come out the side here, pipe straight along here. We've got enough gap behind the head there. Going to come here, bosh through the wall there, and then our EV charger. Look, we got the Easee because it's skinny. He's going to go on this wall here, and then the client's got a lead where they can tether over to the driveway. So it's a fairly easy one. We've got an MK board with, hold that please mate, with split load RCDs. So what we're going to do is shuffle, put ours in so it's not on an RCD, because the charger has already got a built-in RCCB, so you don't really want an RCD on the end of it. And because we're protected by the pipe and it's not serving a socket outlet as such, the cable can go in a conduit, okay? Impact protection. So we're going to come out of the side here, along there through the wall. So let's crack on with it, James. Actually nice to see electrician take a little bit of pride in his work. Look, he's even put us some water, CPC. Yes. Gas. It's not CPC, is it? But it's it'll be bond, won't it? But yeah. It's not circuit protection, yeah. But it doesn't matter. We know what it is, don't we? Gas and water. He's got fire grommets. Where's the... Yeah, and he's brought it through there. Look, lovely. Yeah, it's good. It's a good job. So we're going to peel this fella off as much as we want, James. Like that. We'll drill through there, yeah. We're going to put a 6mm in. And then we've got a spare 40 there we can use. So we'll shuffle this up, as I said, so we haven't got two RCDs on the circuit. And we'll use that spare there. Anything we're going to need, mate, is actually... Yeah, we're going to need to get some... We've got some bus bar, haven't we?
Yep.
Yeah, in the van. So we need to find a bit of bus bar to go on there. So this is the wall we've got to fit the EV charger to. Look, and that's why we've gone for the Easee slimline. Look, it's going to go on that wall there, not that. We're then going to drill back entry. We've got a back entry into it here. And the way they've designed it, you've got one in the bottom, 3 in the top, and 1 out the back. So we'll take the back entry, James. We need to read the book, get the right height, because it's got the right height, yeah? Yeah. And they give you this little tool, look. They give you a little tool here for taking the front cover off. So you lift that up, and then it goes in like that. It says. Anyway, you get the idea. There's 2 lugs on this front cover here, which you need to pop up. One. If James reads a book for me, but with it off the wall, I can do it like this. Look. So the front cover comes off, and you can get these in black or grey. I think you can buy a grey one if you want. So we'll keep that safe, mate. And then there's the actual charger itself. Look, that's how small it is. And then all you do is look, click that up. Yeah. So that's the brains of the operation. Look, pretty cool, isn't it? And then we've got a single phase. Obviously, if you had 3 phase, you'd have 2 more terminals there. So keep that safe, mate, as well. The brain. Get your little installation kit, and then your back plate. So we've got to get the back plate on the wall first. Look, there's going to be our cable entry. Look there. So he's going to come in, and you've got all that gap to aim for. Look, for a cable entry, and then we'll come up through there. Then you give you a little cable clamp on there. So we'll get this fixed on the wall, drill our hole through the wall, and get the cable back inside the garage. So we're just reading the book, and it says recommended installation height between 130 and 140. Yep. So that's one. Look, that's 130 there. See 140 being there. We're going to go between, I reckon there, mate. Yeah. On that brick line. Yeah. So we're between the 130 and 140. I think you don't want to go to the bottom because it's there. That's what I like. It's too high. I think go centre of that brick there, and then that's roughly 130 to the centre, yeah? Ish. Yep. Or between 130 and 140. That's where we're at. So we'll centre on this. We'll centre on this brick line here, which is there, yeah. James. Yep. We'll mark these up. We will get the we'll get the level on it in a second, and then that's going to be our. You can come anywhere here. If we drill through that mortar, look, that cable should come through nice and easy, shouldn't it? Should. So before we fix that up, we'll drill that hole so we're not making a mess in this charger. So we got our extreme angle drilling in. We've calculated. There's our hole. We need to be up there. Look, so I need to probably put this drill at that sort of angle to get that in the right place. So let's give it a go, James.
About, what do you say? 2 inches. 2 inches off the mark. Yeah, 2 inches. Okay. So what we'll do, that's a thumbnail, look. I'll angle this up a bit more. Quite hollow in there then.
Good? Good. Yeah, it's alright, isn't it? We'll come along there, go straight into there, yeah?
The bigger one.
We'll put the big one this way, just to open that out a bit. Can you get me the shorter, drill bit, mate? Yeah. Out of the little tub. Right, let's take you round, show you where it's come out. Look. So there's my yellow mark. And that's how far off we are. We're going to open this out, and then the conduit will sit in the wall slightly, and just the cable, double insulated, will go through the wall. So we're going to open that out now. Right, but there's our hole, if you can see me. Well, if you want to see me, that is. I've made that big enough, so the end of the conduit, it's going to just recess into the hole slightly, look, yeah? And the cable will run through. So what we're going to do now is get a measurement. Measurement, James, for the conduit. We can go behind there, look. A couple of fixings, yeah?
Yeah.
Like that, so we are at, we'll go 109, okay? Got them cutters, mate?
Your bag.
Oh yeah. 109. Hold on a minute. 109. Yeah. Tank it on. And then with these are the Milwaukee, just give it a little twist, look, and then when you cut, this is really good conduit.
Easy like.
Look, smooth and easy, yep. There we go, phone's going mad, look, there we go. That's those little fellas. I think I showed them in the last video, can't remember. Anyway, right mate, screws and plugs, please.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Right, James is kindly setting the laser up, so hopefully, a bit high, isn't it?
Not bad though.
Can see it, it's good, it's in the daylight, look, on the face. But it's a bit high, but we could measure down on it. It's bang on our line, but
Yeah.
it's a bit high. You can't, it won't go any lower because we're not on the stand, are we? I tell you what, hook it to the side, it's magnetic, isn't it? Right, we got this laser, L4, CLLP. Got the other bracket, that. It's adjustable, look, pretty cool. And this is magnetic, so there's a cupboard over there. We can flip that like that and get our laser line. Well, we've got our line. We're going to go slightly above that line because
Too low.
it's a little bit too low on that bracket, but it doesn't matter. It's giving us something to go to. So if we go an inch above,
Yep.
yeah?
Yep.
So we'll go one there. And then we'll go same the other way, mate. Look at that, 300. What a guess. 300 there.
Yeah, that's a little bit.
And we're not using any metal saddles here because we were behind the main intake, look, so there's no chance of that cable impeding anybody on escape. You just got to use your brain a little bit. Right, that's it, mate. Pack the laser down. Pack it down, mate.
My mighty.
And look, you get a little bit, about 1/4 inch adjustment on these saddles, which is pretty cool. One, two. Okay. So now we're going to put our conduit in behind that somehow, James. Drill our hole in there. Get our conduit in. What we'll have to do, mate, is get a rough mark, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
And then bend this round the back of this without disturbing this cable, because it's already sort of leaking a little bit. But it's not hot at all. So okay, so obviously when you're drilling into trunking, you want to be wary of the cables that are already there. So just grab yourself a piece of the old lid, and this applies to singles as well if you're using metal trunking. Just bury the cables like that, obviously, because we can't move them because he hasn't cut the front of the lip out and we don't want to cut it out. So, and then all we're going to do is fire this in. And these cutters are great because they have that stop. They have that little stop there, look. Whereas a normal cutter would fire through. These are fatter and you can only go in, look, 15 mil rather than an inch. So you're less likely, even if I slip, there's no chance of me going through to hit them cables. So we're roughly there. Like that. There we go. No dramas, James. That's going to poke in the wall a little bit. It's probably a little bit too long now, mate. So we'll take a little squidge off the end, like that, and that will go in there, and then it will recess in the wall slightly. By how much? And then, yeah, that's perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have the task, James, of getting this in and trying to get a. We've got a little bit of play here. Look, we can move that a little bit. It's just getting the cable in and through the hole and down at the same time. Yeah. All right. Well, we've got a bit of a juggling act now. James is going to poke the cable up through the wall, the hole we drilled. More of an angle, mate. Put that up again. Look, let's put this up again. I probably knocked a bit of stuff in there, haven't I? If you look, you see where you're aiming then, you see the daylight?
It's right up.
Yeah. That's it. Whoa, whoa, right, back to you gently. Right, push in. Whoa, 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 back. Right, in, push. Right. Right, so we've had a bit of a juggling act with a cable. As James has been pushing, I've been pulling. Right, mate. Feed him in, please. What we'll do, we go straight down, mate. Hold on. We'll go straight down. Hold on. Come on then. No, I'll have to pull it out.
Okay.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Come on. I should have got white armours. There's the thing, white armours, can't they? If we're making a product, make some white armour came up. Actually, got that. Is it? Keep going. Oh, throwing that out. That's my thing, that's all. Go. Oh, come on. You'll pick more because the air bars on it. Give us three. Oh, that's it. That's it, okay, lovely. Right, cool. Well, we'll get the hero clean up. Into the wall like that, and it'll come back to you when we fit the charger to the wall. Right. Right, we've got a little bit of sand and cement here. The client had a little bit, so we're going to just use a little tubful. We're going to make good the hole through the wall there now. So in the kit, I give you some grommets. We're going to use that one for going in the back entry, just give it a bit of water protection. And then we've got these little 25, I presume they're 25 grommets that go in the top that stop any water getting in the top of the unit. But I think it's designed in such a way that if any water does get in, what are you sniffing at?
Is this some... That's weird.
If any water does get in through those grommets, it's designed in such a way that the terminals are protected, and that this is obviously for heat, but it will also let water out, so this will never fill up with water. And we'll cut one of those off there for our 6mm to go in, but we want it tight, don't we? So we'll go smaller, look, and then we'll squeeze our cable through there, James.
We will.
Like that. Look. Hello.
Good.
Hello. Through there. And we're just going to put 4 screws in this. Do we film that? 4 screws in it.
Should have to do that, I think.
The front fixing screws they give you are not front. The back plate fixing screws are TX25. Look.
Well, it was a bit of a faff, but we got it straight in the end. So there's our cable. As I said, look, it swoops up. So there's no water can run down our cable. It can run down and out. And our cable's now going to swoop up. We're going to put the little cable clamp on there, James, which they give you in the kit. And then we'll strip it and we'll leave a little bit of length in here. If you look here, you've got PE, neutral, now 1. And we need to just check, James, it says PME, networks only. So one of these would be an earth. So that's for divorcing the earth, I guess. So if you're divorcing the earth to put an earth spike in, you could connect there, because the 3-phase one of these doesn't have a pen fault built in. So you'd have to put your PME in there, and then that would be your protective earth, which would be your earth spike. Yeah, look, TT, yeah, and a TNCS network. So that is our PME. So we need to go in there.
Yeah.
And if you was putting an earth spike in, you'd put it in there, which we just said. So pretty cool, pretty self-explanatory. I've got a cable gripper on. We've left a tiny bit of length. You can't leave too much because these are quite a small unit, obviously, compact. There's our PME connected into the PME earth. Obviously, if you had a TT, you'd go into that one because that would divorce the earth effectively. I think the 3-phase unit, you have to fit either a pen fault detection at the board or fit an earth spike. So single phase, we're okay on that. So we could click it in then, mate, couldn't we?
Yeah, let's click it in. Next it says turn power on.
Yeah.
And then turn it on.
But yeah, you can click this in though, can't you? It's not going to do nothing. Yeah, easy as that. So look, remove this.
Does it have a code on it?
And place on the user guide.
Code?
Yeah. Look at that. We better change that pin because we'll just blank it out. Just blank that bit out. So there it is. That's it fitted. We'll get the front cover on it now. We'll connect it up. Conduit's in. That is our muck. Bit of sand and cement. We're just making good any little holes and stuff that we've made. Looks better than a big blob of silicone, doesn't it? What do you think, James? Bit better than a bit blob of silicone. Sometimes though, you can't do it. You have to use a bit of silicone and a bit of dust and a bit of splodge. But on this one, so we'll let that go off for a minute. See if there's any more holes we can fill. Like that. Let that go off, and then we'll smooth it off. There we go. We made good the hole. Look, all the way round. So that's good to go now. The only thing I would have done is I would have future-proofed with 2 holes there. The Sparky didn't, which is fine. So we're going to remove this lighting cable, go through with a cable which we can go through. Then that'll free up 1 hole for our 6mm. Because we're going to be this end of the board, so we don't really want to take it through there and then run it all the way down. Just try and keep it neat because he's kept it neat. We're going to try and follow suit. Shuffled the upstairs lights. He's now through there. We're going through that hole. So we're now going to shuffle this board and get our breaker there. Well, there we go. We got our 40 amp breaker that's going to control the EV charger. We've shuffled the board about. We'll have to do a relabel, James. So all we need to do now is find a bit of suitable bus bar to come out the bottom of the switch to feed our breaker for overcurrent protection. Right, we're isolated at the switch. We're going to remove this tail here. We've got a bit of Hager buzz bar, which I've fitted to these before, and it fits perfect. So what we've done is put a fuse box blank in, because obviously where I've shuffled this, we've ended up with 1 spare way, and I prefer to put a module in there. It's not a breaker, so it's not current drawing, so it fits perfect, doesn't it? Look, let's be honest, James. Yeah. It's just, if you put a plastic blank in there or metal one, you could take that out and always put your finger in and touch the bar, but now you can't touch the bar, so that's a lot safer. As I said, we're going to just prove dead here and then put the new bus bar in, power up this new MZB. So we're back on here, but the whole installation's off, okay? So there's no load of using equipment. somebody wanted to see us do a ZE and a PSC. So what we're going to do, installation's off, we're going to disconnect the mains incoming earth, which comes from that block up there. Comes from up there, okay? So to get a true ZE, you need to disconnect all parallel paths. So installation's off, okay? So there's no equipment being used in the whole house. So if James, if you pass me the tester, this will give us a true earth reading with no parallel paths, okay? So we've got 0.20 and then a PFC of 1.3, okay? If you see now, we've got our EV pointing. We're not energised yet. We've done dead testing, not live testing yet. House is back on for a client, everything's connected back up. James is going to make me a new label. As you can see, everything's shifted over one space. So 19 spaces, James, and then I'll read them out to you. All back on, lids on, all made good, ready through the wall. It's looking good. He's got the whole tub.
Yeah.
I reckon there's about 20 in there. I reckon there'll be about 3 left when he's finished. Right, he's printing me a label off, hopefully. He thinks he's got it right first time. Saved me my label, because he used about 4 last time, didn't you?
Yeah, thereabouts. Last time.
So someone in the last video said if you set the text size to
A certain
right,
number.
don't move, you're in a perfect place, to a certain number, then all the writing's the same size, isn't it? So let's have a look. And that person is correct, look. Right, jump up, mate. Hold that lid. Actually, you have that, I'll hold the lid and we'll see if he fits. So we'll cover the whole, we have to cover the numbers up because they're wrong. That's it. We have to go right sort of middle for diddle, but it's fine, isn't it?
Keep it like that.
See, when we see a spare, we don't write spare. We just leave it for the next guy. It's quite obvious it's spare. So yeah, Easee obviously cooker, and then 3 spares on the end. Cool, 4 spares.
4 spares.
Right, yeah, we'll stick that on, and we'll do some testing with the old Q-Tech tester, yeah?
Your test.
Quite a nice little unit that, James, isn't it? You've excelled yourself on that one, mate. So there's your nozzle, look. So we get the tester. It needs a little bit of a wipe, please. Thank you. There we go, look. Much better than seeing the cable, innit? Just having the charger on the wall. So we're just to do some testing now. Flashing green. I'll see if we've got any output on this, which we haven't got any output on the charge on the tester yet. So all we have to do from here is an earth loop. Make sure that the we can do a P error, which is a neutral error, and we can trip the RCD as well and get a reading off the RCD.
What colour would you say that is?
Yellowy flashing green. Left, mate, to get a closing scene. What do you want to say?
Not much.
Not much.
Finished.
Good. Finished. Right, there we go. Thanks for joining. If you want your EV charger doing, or you want any electrical work doing, hit me up on the website www.CJRELECTRICAL.com. I'll put a little thing up here somewhere and you can check out the link in the description. Take care. See you on the next one. Bye bye.